Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I thought I would share with you some film discoveries from this year that I'm now calling instant favorites. So these are films that I saw for the first time this year that I think I'll be rewatching over and over again. Some of them may be a surprise to you. I know as a film fan, of course I can't watch every single film, and some films I haven't yet had a chance to see. So what I'm going to share are, again, what I'm calling instant favorites. These are films that I just saw this year and that have now become favorites for me. And the first one that I'm going to start with is a movie from Imprint, which is Fear is the Key, with Barry Newman and Susie Kendall, among others. There's the back of that one. This is an Imprint release. It's a Blu-ray. I love Imprint releases, and this is one of my favorites. I saw this one for the first time this year. The basic plot of this one is following the death of his family in an airplane crash, underwater salvage expert John Talbot hatches an elaborate scheme to bring those responsible to justice. It's got some extra features on it. This movie is from 1972, so you know what a big fan I am of 70s films, but this one is now in my top films of the 1970s. I just really enjoy this film. Of course, I could watch Barry Newman in any film, and I just love this particular film. I saw it for the first time this year, and it's one of my favorites. Next up is a film that I've talked about with my good friend Stephanie over at Movie Chatter, and if you haven't been watching our live streams, we do a live stream at 2 o'clock on Saturdays, and we talk for about an hour and a half about all sorts of things, and Stephanie's got a great channel called Movie Chatter, and if you haven't subscribed to her channel, please feel free to go ahead and do that and watch those videos. It's an amazing channel, and of course, like I said, we do a live stream and have a lot of fun doing it. We talk about all sorts of things, all sorts of films, Criterion, many different things. But this is one that we talked about, and I hadn't seen it. I can't believe I haven't seen this movie all these years, and I absolutely love it. I've seen it twice already this year, and it is Sunset Boulevard. I've watched it 2 times already this year, and I'm sure I'll be watching it over and over again. This is with William Holden, Gloria Swanson, Eric von Stroheim. There's the back of that one too. This would be great. Also, this would be great if this was in the Criterion collection, which it's not right now. This one has some extra features on it. I just love this one. I feel like this is it's a bit of a horror movie. It's a film noir, I suppose. Intense, enthralling, and unforgettable, Sunset Boulevard stars Gloria Swanson as Norma Desmond, a faded silent movie star, and William Holden as Joe Gillis, down on his luck screenwriter whom she enlists to help make her triumphant return to the screen. But this is just brilliant, and I really love it. And I can't, like I said, I can't believe I haven't seen it all these years. But now it's a new favorite for me. It's an instant favorite. Next up is a film that I think I probably saw part of in the 70s, but never the whole thing. And this year, I think Criterion Channel was doing a feature on the 70s. I already had the Blu-ray, but I hadn't had a chance to see it yet. And this one is also an instant favorite for me. Like I said, I can't believe I haven't seen this all the way through. Thunderbolt and Lightfoot with Jeff Bridges up there. And let's see, I just want to make sure I get everyone right here. Clint Eastwood is in this movie, and also George Kennedy, who was great in this movie too. There's the back of that one too. This is a Blu-ray from Kino Lorber. It's one of my favorite labels, of course, from 1974. So again, another film from the 70s that I just discovered this year. I'm sure I saw part of this on television when I was younger, but never saw the whole thing through. This is a brand new 4K master as well, still available. In fact, I think there's a 4K of this one. There's an actual 4K of this. I have the Blu-ray, which I'm totally fine with. And this has got an audio commentary, all sorts of extra things. But what a great movie from the 70s, a crime thriller from the 70s, Thunderbolt and Lightfoot, one of my favorites. Moving on to, I'm not the, I have a small horror collection, and I've got some videos up on the channel of my horror collection, but I don't necessarily watch a lot of horror films. I do like the genre, of course, and I'm a big fan of films like Halloween 1978, just as a small example. But I found a couple of horror films that I really like this year, and I've talked about them a little bit on the live stream. And these are, I'll show you both of them here, X, and of course, Mia Goth, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. These are written and directed by Ty West. And I really love these films. I think they're very creative. There's also this one, Pearl, which is also, and there's going to be a third one, I believe, called Maxine, which, again, just really enjoy these movies. Very creative, very dramatic horror films that I really enjoyed. And as soon as I put them on, I watched them all the way through and really enjoyed the story and enjoyed the characterizations. I think really Mia Goth really is brilliant in these movies. I mean, really amazing performances. So these are two other ones that I found that are horror films that are now instant favorites for me, that I'll be watching hopefully all year round. Some Criterions that I haven't had a chance to watch up until this year. This is a favorite. I'll be watching it every Halloween from now on, I believe, or maybe even during the year. Carnival of Souls, and this is spine number 63, an early spine number for the Criterion collection. There's the back of that one also. I just love this film, a very haunting film, so dramatic. Let's see, I want to read a little bit of the back here. This is a movie in black and white, 78 minutes from 1962. A young woman in a small Kansas town survives a drag race accident, then agrees to take a job as a church organist in Salt Lake City. This movie is so eerie and so, again, all the landscapes or all the locations are very interesting to see. En route, she's haunted by a bizarre apparition that compels her toward an abandoned lakeside pavilion, which was also very haunting, very amazing to see. So this is again a new favorite for me. I love this movie. I think I had tried to watch part of this years ago and didn't really get it. This year, I'm all in, and it was really a great watch for me and an instant favorite for sure. Some more Criterions. This is another one that I saw for the first time this year, and again, can't believe it. Directed by John Stahl, Leave Her to Heaven with Gene Tierney, who I'm a big fan of as well. This is spine number 1020 from the Criterion collection, and there's the back of that one. This is a movie from 1945, I'm again reading a little bit of the back here so you get a sense, if you haven't seen this movie, about the plot. Novelist Richard Harlan seems to have found the perfect woman in Ellen, Gene Tierney, a beautiful socialite who initiates a whirlwind romance and steers him into marriage before he can think twice. Yet the glassy surface of Ellen's devotion soon reveals monstrous depths as Richard comes to realize that his wife is shockingly possessive and may be capable of destroying anyone who comes between them. And I think I'll just leave it there. But this is an amazing performance by Gene Tierney, a phenomenal film if you haven't seen this one already, and a first-time watch for me this year, a new discovery for me, and an instant favorite for sure. Also, this is the year that I discovered, films of Douglas Sirk, and this is a favorite one too. All That Heaven Allows with Rock Hudson and Jane Wyman, I believe, here too. This is a movie from 1955, 89 minutes. It's spine number 95. There's the back of that. Lots of extra features here too. I think a lot of these new discoveries led me down the path of watching as many Douglas Sirk films as I could find. I really connected with these films this year, and I, again, can't believe I hadn't seen them up to this point. This is again, I'll read a little bit of the back. This heartbreakingly beautiful indictment of 1950s American mores by Douglas Sirk follows the blossoming love between a well-off widow, Jane Wyman, and her handsome and earthy younger gardener, Rock Hudson. So lots of melodrama in this, lots of amazing performances, landscapes and, sets that are phenomenal to watch. This one also has a documentary about Douglas Sirk. And I was looking to see if there's something else I was watching on this too. Rock Hudson's Home Movies on here. This is, again, beautiful release from the Criterion collection and one of my favorites from the year. Let's see, I've got a few more here too. One of the films I saw in the theater for the first time this year that became an instant favorite for me is this movie, which I know not everyone liked this one, but I loved it. I had a great time in this. I know nothing about Dungeons and Dragons, and so I went to see this film with my wife, and we absolutely loved it. We had a great time. All the action, all the comedy, it's so well written. The performances are really great. There's the back of that one too. So this one now is an instant favorite for me. Again, a great watch, just a fun watch for me, and one of my favorites from the year. So Dungeons and Dragons, and it was my first movie back in the theater, so maybe it holds a special place for me as well. The last couple ones I have here too. This one I know maybe not everyone liked, but I loved it. First watch for me, and it was a movie that came out this year. But again, really enjoyed it. Became an instant favorite. Asteroid City from Wes Anderson. I hope this gets a Criterion release, just like a lot of the Wes Anderson films. But what an amazing film it was. I really enjoyed it. I know not a lot of people. Not everyone liked it, I suppose. Asteroid City, a fictional American desert town circa 1955. Junior stargazers and space cadets from across the country assemble for the annual Asteroid Day celebration, but the scholarly competition is spectacularly upended by world-changing events. So stylized. I love Wes Anderson. I'm a big fan of Wes Anderson, and this is an instant classic for me. And finally, another film that I saw for the first time and was introduced to this director and really sought out other work by this director is Triangle of Sadness. And this is a Criterion release, 1178. There's the back of that one. Also, lots of extra features on here. My wife and I really enjoyed all the extra features on here too, but there was one about two new programs, one about the film's special effects and one about a challenging day on set. Again, from 2022, this movie, and master of social discomfort too. This movie has a lot of awkward moments in it, but very creatively done. Ruben Östlund, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, trains his unsparing lens on the world of wealth, beauty, and privilege in this audacious Palme d'Or-winning satire of status-obsessed culture. And that's a lot of what it's about, but a lot of it takes place on a ship. Lots of awkward moments, funny moments, creative moments. I just love this film, and it really introduced me to this director and the films of this director. And so for that, I'm really appreciative. I love it when a film can really, open up a whole world of new films for me, and this one certainly did that. Force Majeure is another one of the favorites that I like from this particular director. And those are the films that became what I'm calling instant favorites for the year. I saw them for the first time. Lots of older films, some newer films, but certainly some films that have become, in my mind anyway, these are just my favorites and my opinions. Favorites, instantly for me. So let me know in the comments below if you discovered a new movie this year. Could be from any time in cinema, maybe a movie from the 20s perhaps, or maybe something you saw for the first time that you hadn't had a chance to see. Let me know in the comments below what that is, and any recommendations. I love recommendations, comments, and questions. I want to say thank you to everyone who watches this channel, who supports this channel. I really do appreciate it. It really means a lot to me. Anyone who watches a video, leaves a comment, asks a question, it's really, I'm really very thankful for any and all input on the channel. So thanks so much. If this is your first video on the channel, please consider subscribing. There's lots more to come in 2024. We're here at the end of 2023. And I sincerely hope that everyone is safe and well, and I'll talk to you soon.